I'm going to read you some good part of this story. Founding Journey manager Walter Herbie Herbert was born on February 5th, 1948 in Berkeley, California, and grew up in middle-class East Bay neighborhood as something of a delinquent. He never really lost his sense of street smart bravado. He speaks in a language that mixes Madison's Avenue with the semi-literate backstage Bible of the rock world. San Francisco's Chronicle music critic Joel Sullivan reported in 1982. As a teen, Herbert was already road manager in famous band Snatch, as Berkeley-based band that featured Journey members George Tinker, Ross Valory. The legendary Bill Graham then hired Herbert to do a crew work with Santana, where Herbert met Journey's cornerstones Gregg Rolie and then Neal Schon. He was slowly putting it all together, Journey a business plan that the band's long-term strategy for success with any formal training. In Herbert's mind, he never needed it. There's no precedence to being in this business educationally, he told Sullivan, as Escape was becoming the best-selling album. He fought for me to be in the band, Steve Perry told GQ. We had our problems, too, but if it wasn't for Herbie, I would have had no chance to sing on that grand stage. When neither Infinity, the first album with Perry, nor any of its singles got past number 50, Herbert pioneered a novel approach. He contacted with so-called foreground music companies to get Journey's tracks played in retail outlets, in mall, common areas, in restaurants. Songs that had done little on the charts were suddenly everywhere. Such was his version that he mapped out Journey's discography, but titled beginning with 1978's Infinity. The band followed this through into 1986 Raised on Radio, with Herbert had wanted to call Freedom. Journey eventually released a LP with the title after Herbert passed in 2021. His manager everything in-house, from promotion, advertising to art counting, even tracking the equipment from show to show. He was the heart and soul of the whole thing, and he kept it going and kept it running back. Then Gregg Rolie said, he came up with so many fantastic ideas. We had our own tracks, we had our own seminars, and then he would lease them out to other bands to pay for the tracks. Pretty interesting, right, guys? Yeah. That was brilliant. Most people lease a track from somebody, a lease, but we got in the leasing business. Perry Smart, his next general conspits for how shows were presented, changed the industry. Their first live concert shot in 1977 at the Winterland in San Francisco. including a multi-camera setup. Herbert's Productions company was creating a professional music video for Journey's years before the arrival of MTV. Next, the company turned its attention to improving the concert experience, bringing in super projector and two enormous 25 by 50 foot screens. Yeah. Once audience get a glimpse of Journey's innovation, Sullivan wrote in 1982, no major rock bands will even consider working baseball parks without such a system. The Who came first as they prepared for what the band then billed as farewell tour. Suddenly, Herbert's company was already headlining live video projection for every Gone, from David Bowie to the Police. He thought of rock and roll as an arms race, Sullivan said with a huge laugh. And you know what? Question mark. It is. In the end, I believe they made more money in the production end than they did in the music end. Pretty cool, right, guys? Herbert backed trends in chewing print and radio advertising to focus on television and working directly with retail outlets. Ultimately, he would credit point of purchase sales for as much as a half of Journey sales as their early 1980s perk. We're going to shorten it to